ask me what I'm coaching, right? I said, bro, I'm coaching life.
We got episode 338 of Coach Class Pod. Continue rating, and subscribing. We appreciate y'all thus far, man. You got your, like, comment, and subscribe, man. Continue to do that. You got your boy Mike.
Yes, indeed. Got your boy Rich.
You got Zay in the bag.
And as he said, like he was saying, subscriptions, baby.
Yeah,
Hit that subscribe button.
subscribe.
Hit that like button.
Subscriptions.
Yeah, subscriptions.
Word to the big dog.
Likes.
The big dog.
Yo, that's
you gotta
mad
say
funny,
it 3
yo.
times, yo. I know the sign.
Funny. Yo, and I wanted to give it started with a sidebar. We don't really go into when we go out and about and be living just in the regular world, but I want to say I had a ball with y'all last weekend,
it was a great time.
Excellent.
We got to give a big shout out to our spot and Saxel Rose, bro. Keep it up, yo.
Do we want to put the name of the spot out there?
No,
Not yet.
not yet.
You can say the name of the person.
But Saxel Rose.
Yeah.
So we went to a nice bar in Baltimore, and they had a live saxophonist playing. Did all the old school classics. His drummer was low key tight. I'm talking about the runs was crazy. I'm like, because you remember at church, that was the only, well, it sounds bad, but I used to pay attention to the drumming a lot. That used to grasp my attention.
I mean, that's what
but like, yo, he really was like that, yo.
Yeah.
Excellent time.
I'm just happy y'all
Hilarious,
I'm used to
fun.
mention them loosely back in the day, yo.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, they be there doing live joints, like a random, or like I think it was either Thursdays or Fridays. But I hadn't seen it, yo, in a while.
I'm ready to start pulling
I
up
was
every
so
time
happy to
it's
go with
one.
all of y'all, yo. It was so funny.
Anytime my
so
son
dope.
Saxel Rose is in the building, hit my line.
Bro, you know,
I need to be there.
Rich, you know I'm a chill
I need to
guy.
be there,
You
bro.
know I'm a chill guy. Anytime I get up and start dancing, yo, I'm enjoying myself, yo.
Yo, he had the
When I heard
Maxwell.
the Maxwell start playing, I
can't
got
wait.
excited, yo.
You saw I got up when the Maxwell and I
can't play the
Yo, had
Maxwell.
the light two-step.
That joint was hard, yo.
Young people, older
Fire.
people. The older people were smart. They was getting up in the front, yo.
They had the sectional, yo.
Yeah, they had a game plan.
I ain't gonna lie. Next time we deboing that, yo. We getting in there early and we mobbing that out, yo.
Yeah, yo. They was plotting for a while, yo, for hours.
Yeah.
Yo.
But they knew what was going down.
I get up there early, get me a coffee, and plot. No, this is out.
Spot is
hold
dope.
the booth for like man.
Spot is dope.
Yeah.
One thing I
Spot is
want to
spot.
say, and I told you about it, Mike, personally, and I wanted to say it to Zay too, and then anybody else that was there. Me personally, yo, I really have to do some soul searching and working on how to really get over my childlike stubbornness when I get tired.
Yo
son.
was hella sleepy.
Yo, I be tired. I
he was
didn't want to
nasty.
do nothing.
But you wake up at like 5 in the morning. You gotta realize.
I do get
yo,
up at obnoxious hours.
and
I'm
we
not
get
gonna hold you.
older. That's why I
Rich
went
kicked it
home.
mad late. We went
Bro.
to another spot after.
Yeah.
I was like,
That's how you know it was a good night.
But the thing is, she had already agreed to it. If I would have said no, then I would have got home. It would have been bad. So I was like, yo, we gotta go. What I realized though, I should have had one more at the spot we was
Yo,
at.
and you
If I'd have
gotta
had
realize-
one more sip at the spot we was at originally, I would have been loose.
Yeah.
We'd have been
No, you
here
know
all
what I
night.
noticed though?
Because when we finished the drinks at the
I
spot,
told my lady.
I lit up immediately.
Bro,
I was
I
like,
told-
yo, why do I have
needed
this
one
jolt of
more.
energy?
Bro,
Yo,
I
I
told
needed
her,
one
you
more.
Needed one more.
I say, yo, when Rich got through the drink,
Yeah, I
at
was
this
about
other spot,
3/4
yo.
of the way through. I started lighting up.
I was like, yo, it looked like
And,
he got a Shih Tzu bean in him.
yeah. That's why I wish you would have had that one
The
extra
sensu
drink at the
bean,
spot,
yo.
yo.
And then our
I
ladies,
need a sensu
Yo,
bean when
yo,
I'm out, yo.
yo,
I'm
yeah,
done,
yes.
yo. I'm
Yo.
done.
I told you about that spot though. That
That's
drink
real.
was
That drink was
Like,
delicious.
you gonna have to come.
I'm
You
gonna
gotta
pull up.
slide
I
through.
I don't be front.
I feel like that's a spot
I don't
for.
be fronting about the spot.
Nah, you never did.
It is.
would never
I
say
see
you-
why he want to have. I
Yeah,
see what
'cause
you
it was
want.
like that was like a 2-man move.
Oh no,
And I was-
not that. I'm not. I'm saying, you know, I
Yeah,
get
it was
that one.
datey vibes. You
No,
feel me?
I
I'm like,
understood
yo.
that, but I'm just talking about.
But and also I was cooked, yo. You gotta think I was in there like Stone
Yeah.
Cold Steve Austin.
Y'all was
I know
going
when
in.
I know when I got the green light to turn up. I ain't gonna lie, this is the first
yeah,
time
yeah.
peer pressure hit me, yo. I see my boy Ant with the Maxwell plan coming over with 2 paper planes. I was
the
like,
young
yo, I gotta
shorts
go get-
on. My boy had
let me
the-
go get another old
My
fashioned.
boy had the
I'm like,
youthful
yo.
medium shorts on,
Yo.
the medium joints, yo, with the thigh meat out. my boy,
Yo
on-
said it's hot outside, yo. It was good vibes, yo. That was
Yeah.
a great time. Shout out to homie Ant, man. Thank you, man. That was a good time, bro. Good food.
You know what makes me so happy about conversations like this is I just remember all the years I kept telling Mike to just go to a bar.
Yeah.
We kept I was like, I don't want to be like, I don't want to tell another man like what you need. I was like,
But y'all remember I was in a funk. I was in a funk for a while. I was in a funk for a while.
I was in a funk for a while.
Two
reasons
while.
why you were kind of locked into it.
Yeah.
It was the other person, but it was also probably professional.
Yeah.
And then once you had two
Yeah, it
situations,
was the double funk, and then once it cleared up, I was like, oh, clarity. Oh, outside exists. Yeah. Now I be out there getting oils and free whiskey sours,
my
bro.
Man buy oils anytime he goes somewhere.
Yo, you should see my oil cabinet.
We got the oils on them like the shotgun shells.
Yeah, I got the shotgun shells of the
come
oils.
out with the oils.
Straight come out. Hit the wrist, hit the neck.
YSL, yo. I just made that joint in the back.
I definitely got mad oils, yo. That's mad funny, yo.
Chill, yo, because you don't want to start getting comparisons to the.
Yeah, chill. Not that kind of oil.
Oh, touche.
Not that kind of oil,
it's
yo.
Smell good oils, not the
smell good oils,
yeah,
yo.
on the other tip.
Yo,
man.
that's mad crazy, bro.
But that was a good combo. I just had to get in that. Yo. That was
and we had something legendary this week for the people our age, yo. And you remember we all rock with him. So we got that So Be It from the Clipse, bro.
So be it.
Bro, anybody in our age bracket and up is extremely excited right now, bro.
Oh, yeah.
And I could say, I think Pusha T and Malice are the most successful, what should have been one-hit wonders of all time. Because you remember Grinding was like, for it to be the top song and then them to sustain and have good albums through all that was good.
Because they was, you got to think about it. Pharrell was behind.
Pharrell was
at his hottest.
But you gotta remember,
that was his main. That was the main
level that song reached though.
But you know what I'm saying?
That was like the song that
he was pushing.
Yeah.
So normally when that's the dudes you first pushing or whatever, you trying to make sure like everything is fire. They put all their energy and effort into it. So they gave them the craziest beats, all that.
Yeah, that was the homie too.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like I watched that Lego movie. The documentary of Pharrell.
Oh, y'all gotta really watch it. It's on Netflix?
Because it gives a breakdown of the time frame of when that actually came out.
What is it on?
Pharrell was dumb hot when that came out.
Nah, he was.
He was like one of the hottest producers in the game.
People don't realize Pharrell was mixing stuff and chopping beats for like No Limit and stuff like that back in like the 90s.
His start off really was the Nori joint. You know, when he did that what when he did that joint. Yeah, when he did that. That was his introduction to the hip hop, the rappers. You know what I mean? Making the hood beats. So they said my man got nothing but not a hood bone in his body, but for some reason he can make a great beat. It's like,
it's
but he also has.
He loves music.
I forgot what he called it. Now again, I don't know if he got this official diagnosis or what it is, but he supposedly has this some kind of mental thing where with sound he sees like color with it. So that's why his beats, if you hear it, you can hear Pharrell's beats. They sound like they kind of like, it's just something it's futuristic about it. I can't even describe it.
I think
like
him and
Pharrell
Kanye
beats.
both is kind of like saying that. That's why, one of the dopest videos, remember it had went viral, but like one of the dopest videos was, they was at, I think, a fashion show, and it was, I forgot what song was playing.
Yeah.
And you can see how Kanye was like responding to the beat and how Pharrell was responding to the beat. And it's just like a interesting way and just how they both was two of the goats.
And
yo.
Pharrell,
so it was
as far as on that production level, it ain't gonna get too much better
The
than
greatness of Pharrell is not only do you have some of the hardest rap beats of all time, but don't sleep on the other genres, yo. Like you remember that Seeing Sounds album? That was like my first like.
But that's what they get into. That's why you should really watch that Lego
Seeing
joint.
Sounds was crazy,
that Lego documentary joint gets into all that.
Man said sooner or later it all comes crashing down.
Classical song, yo. That was one of my first breakup songs, yo. Like not one of the first ones, but it was definitely one of the ones, yo. It was one of
that joint was hard.
Bro, this man made Happy.
Happy is
24-hour video.
Classic joints.
Happy
all
is
classical
crazy.
joints. You know, my lady hates that song. I was like, how do you hate Happy?
Yo, that is kind of wild, yo. That's crazy, yo.
That song is astounding. I like that, yo.
He got a lot of stuff. Yo.
Wearing that crazy hat, yo.
Yeah,
that probably turned off. Yo.
I ain't gonna hold you. That hat era wasn't one of my favorite eras.
Dudes
yo.
wearing it, yo.
I hated that stupid hat.
Yo.
You know that big Yogi the Bear?
It was the same hat
people was wearing.
Only you could prevent fire falling.
Yeah, man.
Yo.
Oh, the Smokey the Bear jump.
Yeah, that was trash.
The extra
I don't care what
brim, yo.
nobody say, yo. Extra thick joint.
Pharrell, yo, I think he do have some kind of like where he got something a little off where he's too great at making music at some
Well, he
point.
said
'Cause
he sees
like,
colors.
He's
yo,
really
when
good,
he
bro.
when he makes
like,
beats.
He's
So-
really good.
But I love
bro.
the fact that he keeps such an allegiance to the Clipse like that, where
Yeah.
he just giving them they gonna get the fire beats.
Well, that's that Virginia love too.
Yeah, that's what I love. He stayed loyal to that, even though they got to the levels that they got to. They could have easily, branched off and did something. But that area, they show it in that Lego movie. It was definitely something in the water down
It was
there
rich
in
and
Virginia,
talented. How you
bro.
got
It was
Missy
OD.
Elliott,
It was too much.
Pharrell,
Timbo.
the Clipse.
I didn't know they all went to like school together, like legitly.
Really?
Like they was actually in school. Something Timberland and all that. They was in school.
What it remind
That's
you of
hard.
is like in Philly, a lot of them dudes like Boys to Men, just a lot of them Philly dudes that keep
Yeah.
on this, they all from like the same era, like
Crazy.
they went to
That's
school.
hard.
What just went like it's crazy, yo. Like
Virginia
oh no,
Beach.
the biggest one of all
My
time.
man said, I'm from Virginia, where ain't
We
the
get into
dude but
music
cook.
stuff. Motown, like all of them were from the same basically neighborhood. Like when Motown was Motown starting out, some of the most talented people in music history, bro. They were all from the same area in Detroit.
Yeah, Detroit had a
Crazy,
lot of
yo.
sauce back then.
Come on, yo.
Motown.
Some
But Detroit,
places
you gotta
just
think
be
Detroit was
gifted,
also
man.
like a heavy populated African American area where people was getting money at the time.
But
You
the
feel me?
talent though,
And
talent
the
ain't got
talent,
nothing to do with money,
yeah.
yo. Sometimes, yo, your area just blessed, yo, and you can't
Yeah,
even explain
you right,
it, yo.
you
Like,
right, you right.
It's just how it is. So yeah, so the VA definitely.
Yeah, yo,
Yeah.
and yo, the Clipse, yo.
But getting back to that
Just
song,
give me.
that's how we got all over.
Oh
the
yeah,
record.
so
Yeah.
be it, yo. Phenomenal track. All of us are on it. In that last verse, Pusha T, you crashed out, yo. You the oldest crash out now, yo. You crashed out on him, yo. Held him out, yo. He pulled the Melvin, yo.
Oh, they gonna call it a crash.
Melvin
out.
off of Baby Boy, yo.
He just timed it. It's like I said, anytime he want to talk about his issues with somebody, the smartest thing Pusha T do is he always makes sure a project is waiting.
It's
yo.
a genius.
He don't
idea.
just-
But that's how you
yeah,
know
Crash
Pusha
Out
T.
is-
Pusha T is a villain because he keeps like a evil bag,
Yeah,
a satchel of all this deep dark secrets from everybody. Yo, he be like, yo, you playing with me, yo? Just drop it out.
But
it
only-
happened 2 years ago.
Only if I got something
Yes,
to sell.
that's
hard.
when you do it.
That's
'Cause
hard.
To see the crash out be the young dudes or whoever.
That's a
Yeah,
crash.
They
you
don't
right,
have
you
no
right, you
plan
right,
and
you
they
right, you
is
right,
doing
you
the
right.
most. He be like, nah, we gonna make sure
you know
we
what?
monetize, flip this and turn this into a
I
moment.
got an album coming. I kind of hate Travis Scott. Yo, that's how you do
Travis
things.
Scott
Yo,
get
that's
on
how
my
you do
nerves.
it.
You
Yo,
know,
Travis Scott get on my nerves a little bit, son. I want to throw something at him.
And then what they said Travis did was I was like, yeah, I can see why, yo. I can see why.
It's
he
nasty
like
things.
that.
Yeah,
You
it's
gotta have,
kinda
you gotta
weird.
have some kind of morals.
Yeah,
in
where's
your
your,
life, bro.
moral compass?
Your
at, is what they
morality
say,
is-
yo.
But some of them
All
dudes,
over the
they
place.
like if you would do anything to be,
But also,
like they not gonna be
keeping
loyal
it
like a regular
all the way
person.
1,000. I don't know how much I expected Travis Scott to have the allegiance and this logical thinking. Like, that's Travis Scott, brother.
probably was
like,
cooked.
more than likely, he was just in there yelling and jumping around. He didn't even really know, like,
Yeah, he say-
he didn't really know what the Clipse was. I ain't gonna say he didn't know who the Clipse was. I'm not gonna say that.
Hey, well,
But-
you can tell his
The fact-
influences was nothing
But
from
they
them.
said-
No,
You feel me?
they said the
it's
like that
his
joint-
music is nothing like
he was
that.
like, keep playing it, and play
Yeah.
it like that. So that was on the opposing side, and it's like I can just picture him being
He
cooked.
just hops around, bro.
He just jumping
Like,
in
yo,
the
he just
going
hops
crazy.
around. He
yeah,
don't
you
be
know the
thinking
young
about
bulls
nothing.
be super cooked. Like they're
Yeah.
not just off of
He ain't that
alcohol.
young, yo. He barely, he ain't that much younger than us, yo.
Really?
But-
No, they-
Travis
yeah.
ain't, he ain't.
Yeah, Travis Scott not
He's
that much
23
younger
years
than
old,
us.
yo,
You know what I mean?
like,
Like
yeah.
he can't get. It's been intriguing to watch these guys start to have to grow now, and they're getting older.
It is
Like Lil
weird.
Yachty and them, that's getting into that age where it's like you ain't the 17-year-old kid now. Like what you finna do? Yo, I kind of like it.
No, Yachty kind of hard, bro. I still like.
Yo, he
his
got the
music
cool
and stuff.
mustache
Yeah.
now. Yo, he's a
Nah,
grown
like
man.
low key quiet as kept, yo. The Concrete Boys really like that, yo. Like I know a lot of people, but DC2 Trill is one of my favorite
It's good
rappers right
production.
now, yo.
It's very fun to listen to.
Yeah.
It's very fun to listen to. Yo, a lot of the music, I will say that.
Nah, he got one of them one, and he.
But yeah, like you were saying though, salute to pushing them and the Clipse joint. When is
Yeah.
that album coming out? Yo, I was really upset it
I
didn't
was
come out
talking to
this
Zay
week.
on the
July, I
phone.
believe.
I was
July?
talking to Zay on the phone. I really want a Stove God, and I think to you, a Stove God Kitchen Lights esque joint with Push and Malice.
Well, he's supposed
just
to be on the
ripping that
album.
joint.
I thought he was supposed to be on it.
Yeah.
So he gonna be on that. Ain't no way you can't have Stove God cooks right now.
You know he gonna have
and cocaine raps.
We was whipping pots.
I mean, Yayo raps,
Every
my boy,
other
yo.
night we was on the block.
You know he gonna do something like that.
Yo, he gonna come out.
You know he gonna do that long nights in the VA.
Yeah.
You know, something stupid like that. Yo. Pot's dirty always.
Yeah.
You gonna go crazy
it was
with
nothing but powder around.
Yeah.
Yo, he gonna definitely go crazy, yo.
Salute the Stove God.
Stove God, yo, do work. And I really want pushing them too, because Benny, Pusha T was on one of Benny the Butcher's songs a minute ago. Like, I think Griselda would be a nice little fusion with them as well. That would be nice. If we could get like a Benny or a Conway or West Side Gun feature on the album, that would be very nice.
Tough.
Yeah.
What else we got, man?
Well, Pacers, OKC going to Game 7.
Yeah, NBA Finals, man. It's been a good.
Excellent.
Zay made me watch like the last two games. I wasn't tapped in because I wasn't excited about the
games,
but
were
it has
really
been
good.
Excellent basketball.
Me and my lady been watching the games. I was really upset with this last one. You know what I mean? It clearly was like Zay and I was saying beforehand. They just clearly didn't want that game. OKC, they was just throwing that. They threw that game, bro. Like mad turnovers from the beginning. They was getting smacked from the jump.
Yeah.
They just wanted to go back home, like you said, and play for the championship in front of their crowd for whatever reason. They could have ended it there in Indiana. But who y'all got?
Both teams are mad young though. I think OKC still wins it.
I think I'm gonna go with just to be on the other side of it, I'm gonna go with the Pacers, yo. I'm gonna do it.
I think
Hallie,
OKC wins it.
Turner and all them.
Cause now they starting to get deep into the into like all the analytics of the plays and stuff like that. And pretty much I forget what the stat line was, but Tyrese Halliburton, like if you just force him left, he's not gonna score as many buckets. So they should just go with that extremely hard. It's one more game. Try to lock up on him. Cause outside of that, yo, you got Chet and Shea Gillis. Like, yo, yeah, anything is possible, yo.
Jalen Williams too. He's a solid piece.
Yeah, yo,
he had that 40 piece in that game.
Yeah,
6.
they got some pieces.
You just gotta be consistent all the way through.
That's it.
Shorty is nice though on the Pacers. TJ McConnell, whatever his name is.
Yo,
Yo,
he's
TJ
been-
our age, yo.
TJ is wilding,
Nah,
yo.
he been
Like
wildin',
some
yo.
of the
He been
stuff, I was like,
anything
yo,
he want.
what's,
I'm like, yo,
now, he
was nice regular season, but I'm like, I didn't expect this in the playoffs.
He does this all the time in the playoffs.
in the playoffs.
Yeah,
this
this
is
is crazy.
move. They was calling him MJ McConnell or something like that when he was
that's
on Philly.
wild, but yeah,
when he was
he been
on Philly,
shaking the big
he was going crazy. So he always, like he said, he's a playoff back. He's a in the moment basketball player, yo. He knows what to do
He's
in
the
the
perfect
moment.
backup.
Nah,
That,
and
what was that, game 5 where he kept
it was an
intercepting the ball?
Yes, yo.
It
Yeah,
was
it
an
was
interview
nuts.
that made me really like him as a person because he was like, yo, I feel like, and I felt this. He was like, yo, I never think I'm the most athletic guy out there, but he was like, I feel like playing hard is a skill, yo. Like, if you really go out there and you going hard, like, you're gonna make stuff happen. And you could tell he be playing hard. He be doing like the little slow,
100
nasty,
miles an hour the whole
old school
game.
moves, yo.
He's like Russ, not as athletic, but
Yeah.
as far as intensity, but way more under
Old
control.
school moves, bro. Like old school, yo. Just let me
Very-
get this easy bucket.
It's a very, very targeted, heat-seeking missile most of the time when whatever he's doing. And
Bob,
he knows exactly.
I'm gonna
what
get
he's
you
doing.
off balance. I'm gonna get you where you off your
And he
square.
has
and
to
do a
go
little move.
150% like that because he's not athletic enough
Yeah.
to just chill like that. So
Dog.
it works out.
Somewhere Bob Cousy's proud.
His
That's
dad,
hilarious, yo.
you see his
Facts.
dad in the crowd? Yo, his
Yeah.
pops is dumb happy, yo.
He crashed the interview after he was like, I got a son in the finals. I got a daughter in the WNBA.
Yo, he's
That's
hyped,
the time of my
dog.
life. He was probably cooked.
He's
yeah.
hyped, dog.
Oh, it's
Nah, yo,
beautiful
that's
seeing all
dad,
the
yo,
dads,
yeah,
yo.
yo,
Every
that's
time they
hard,
coming
yo.
up.
Hey, all them hours that they put in and working with him
they
and
be mad
everything to
pumped.
get him
bro,
to that level.
and bro, if it's what it sounds like his pops is a good pops, like yo, they just happy, yo. Can you imagine if your son really wanted to play basketball, you really lock in?
That's
with
why
him,
the NBA be
and he
showing them
go and he
grace,
in the
yo.
finals.
Because they're like, yo, they the
Bro.
pop show. Let's give him a. Because there's been a few infractions by several of the pops. And they.
Halliburton pops most recently was wild.
Remember Job Pops?
Job pops.
They be giving them grace. They'll tell them to sit
Trip.
down for a second, but then they just be like, man.
Job pops stay tripping actually. Like, it don't actually
Nah,
stop.
John Pop still wanted to be a YN at the time.
Jim,
You feel me? Like,
he the
you
Jim
supposed to be
Jones of the
wisdom.
pops,
Yeah.
yo.
Didn't he hoop with Kyrie and them or something like that? He
I
said.
don't know about that.
I could be lying. I don't know.
I don't know.
I might have just
Kyrie.
made that up.
I don't know.
Kyrie's pops.
Oh, he with Kyrie's pops?
I thought so. I
know.
could be
Know
mixing
about
somebody up. I might be mixing
know
somebody
I
up.
don't know, yo.
I'm not gonna.
Allegedly, we don't know anything
Hit me in the
about
comments. Kill me if I'm wrong.
that. Yo,
Funny though.
and this was something that Zay brought up before the pod, so I definitely want to tap in with that. As far as the Marvel stuff, somehow they gonna have John Barenthal as the Punisher in the new Spider-Man film.
Yeah, I'm hyped about that.
I like that. I like that a lot.
That's
I
the
think they're
world.
gonna have Matt Murdock too. It only makes sense because I feel like Daredevil helped Spider-Man on like
they
one
all
of the
in New
Amazing
York.
Spider-Man.
You know what I mean?
Are
So
we
yeah.
taking this to the streets?
Yeah, they all in New York.
I think they going to really do the Amazing Spider-Man cartoon. Remember, it was just a lot going on in New York and Hell's Kitchen and stuff like that.
So much to do. Plus,
Zay sent that joint talking about Phase 5 being abysmal right now.
Yes,
yo.
bro.
So like, it's time to get back to the streets.
Nowhere
the
really
streets.
scared me, yo.
cosmic beings put them to the side, yo. Like, dang.
It's too much,
No
man.
one's scared me.
My bad. Real quick, because I want to. How in Fantastic Four you already got the Silver Surfer and Galactus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we know Doctor Doom is in. Like, God dang.
And that's what I wanted
We're
to.
not even building to this, yo.
Wait, the Fantastic
Look
Four.
like
Did y'all
DC.
see that clip that was like it was like some kind of
Oh, I
big
see it,
green
I see it.
monster? Yo, I was like,
Was that real?
I hope this is not
I was hoping
trolling
it
us.
was
I thought
AI.
that was a CGI. I mean
Yeah, I
AI
didn't do the
joint.
full-
I
I
thought that
was
was an
hoping it was
AI.
AI,
joint. I don't think that.
I
was
hope
real.
it was. Yo, real Marvel heads, let us know if that was real.
If that
'cause
was
I'm
real, I will
scared,
get up
bro.
and walk out of the movie.
I am
theater,
scared.
bro.
And I ain't gonna lie, shout out Nate, yo. That Galactus popcorn basket
Yeah,
look
yo.
hard as I don't know what, yo. I'm like, I need one of them.
I told you.
I'm gonna go to the
Crazy.
theater and spend like $50 just so I could get one of them, yo.
I think y'all thought I was joking, but I would dead seriously knock a kid out for that.
it's the last one, yo. You gonna
Yeah.
mush him, yo?
Kid is getting knocked
Nah,
out.
that would look good on the set. I gotta have that, yo.
Gotta have a Galactus.
That,
joint.
Yeah.
like I said though, they've been killing it with the film industry because the films are back now. The film industry is
Yeah,
back.
absolutely.
The theaters is back. 100%.
It feels good,
They
too.
was getting it's some.
Feels
you know
great.
how often I be at it.
The
It's
summer
phenomenal.
movie
Well, you know
vibe.
the
Ooh, they got blockbuster
But
after
you gotta think
blockbuster after
the
blockbuster.
pandemic
Love
was a
it.
weird time. Like that's why a lot of movies and it stuff be seeming mad old because it was like one of them times where they like, yo, we might not recoup this like 90 million we spent on this show. We got finesse it and try to get this out another
The
time.
bucket's been crazy lately for the last year or so. Some of them from the movies,
Yeah,
they
they've
got
been-
multiple buckets, but that bucket,
Tough.
that's the hardest bucket.
Yeah.
That's a collect. Like you just put that up.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
gonna keep
the
that
popcorn
for
in your
joint.
cinema
keeping the
room or whatever,
Galactus
bro.
bucket.
The glowing eyes.
That's hard, bro.
I told you, I seen
I
it
need
on
it.
Twitter. I
I
almost
need it.
cried.
I
I was
need
like, yo, this is amazing.
When we go see it, I gotta get two because I gotta get one for Dad.
I gotta
too,
make
yo.
sure that
That-
they
I'm
don't
gonna
sell out. I'm about to do some. I'm about to be
I
investigating.
might
to
go
make sure.
first
Yeah,
minute,
yo.
first showing. I'm gonna take off
Yeah, 'cause
just
I
so I
need
can
two
make
of
sure
them.
I
Normally
get
they
a
cost
bucket.
like 30. I'm not trying to tell them to hike it up, but they could charge 50.
You could charge
I'm
a
buying
bucket.
that bucket.
Yeah,
Buying
that
that
joint is
bucket,
hard,
bro.
yo.
Bucket is crazy.
That joint
Since
is
the
hard.
eyes light up, it might be 45. Yo, they might go up.
It don't matter that because that's like one of them things like
Souvenir
Well, if
bucket
you a
for
nerd for
$45.
that type of stuff, like that's gonna be like a
You
timeless
see
joint.
it
Like
in
you got that
IMAX.
20 years from now, that joint gonna be hard, bro.
If you-
Especially if the movie's good.
If you see the movie in IMAX and you get a little snack here and there, yo, it's gonna run you over a bill easy.
Yeah.
They're gonna be
Just-
Only thing that's
it's gonna probably be a bill and a half, probably.
They're
yo.
gonna be jumping
only
folks
thing
for the
that scares me,
Galactus
Galactus
joint.
yo, like this. What if this movie is really bad,
I
yo?
hope not, yo.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
That monster, yo. If that wasn't CGI, yo,
Or maybe that was
AI
like
thing,
where it was what they were showing was from like a TV view, like you was viewing it from a TV screen, so it looked like that from the TV screen. I think it was AI. I don't think it was real
I don't know,
because
I'm
that it
scared.
even sounded like unless
And
it was a
Ben Grimm
Spanish
even looked a
preview.
little sketchy. Like they be showing the scene. I'm like, why can't they get Ben Grimm right, yo? What is it?
It's a rock.
Is
man.
it? I think it's like a hard, happy medium between like completely CGI and practical effects. Because
Tough
the
to do,
practical effects one looked terrible, the full CGI one looked terrible. We don't know what this one gonna be like, yo.
It's hard
but
to
it
make
is
that.
a big rock
It's a
orange
rock
guy.
man.
Yeah,
Like,
that
how
is
you
hard to
make
do,
that?
yo.
How do you make that?
That is hard to do. So
without CGI. Yo had to do some
Nah,
things.
They had the
so-
technical effects ones for the old joint
Yeah.
back in the day.
Yeah.
But you know,
It's tough to do.
It's very
You know?
tough to do.
Like a rock man is tough to do.
Yeah. I'm just hoping they don't do too much. Cause like Zay said, yo, how is the Silver Surfer Galactus?
Well, y'all
The
didn't see
Silver Surfer
Thunderbolts.
sister.
I might
all
spoil it
this
for y'all.
stuff.
Y'all didn't
Go
see
ahead,
Thunderbolts.
Go ahead, spoil it. Yeah,
So at
I
the
need
end
that.
of Thunderbolts, you see the Fantastic Four ship flying in the to their Earth.
Okay.
So I'm assuming they're leaving and they're gonna be going through different multiversal shit. It's about to happen.
Lazy.
That's such an easy writing method, yo.
I was excited to see the shit.
Because like what Marvel doesn't realize, if they just do a good
Marvel got me, man. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
they
watch
do.
everything.
I'm gonna
they
watch
put
it.
out.
I'm gonna watch it too.
I don't care. I'm gonna watch.
Cause even the Thunderbolts or the new Avengers, I'm gonna see it eventually. I was just like,
You gotta
I
let
didn't
me know
have
what
time.
you think about it. It's coming out
As soon as
soon.
it come out on
yeah, it's about to
Yeah, I
come
didn't
out.
have time, but I definitely
Disney.
want to see it. I ain't going up front like I didn't, and I wasn't locked into Daredevil
I
and
thought I
all
was
that.
gonna see
Like
it,
they
but
got
I
a lot of
didn't.
good stuff. You feel me?
It's not a rush to join. I will say that, but I didn't think it was that bad.
Yeah.
Thunderbolts.
They said it was good. I heard it was good.
No, a lot of people said that deserved to be like a high up there ranking Marvel
That's pretty
movie.
good.
This was at a weird time, and the characters didn't warrant the level of fanfare like as they would have wanted. Because it's like most people that go see it, you gonna be like, "Yo, Spider-Man in there,
Yeah,
like."
The big wigs.
Yeah, I'm not checking for the Red
It's
Baron.
no big wigs
What
in
was your name?
Damn.
The fake Captain America. We not checking for them, yo.
The Guardian, Red Guardian.
Winter Soldier is the iciest one, and that's kind of low on the totem pole of Avengers.
Yeah,
So
and he's
it's
not
like-
in there that much
Granted,
either.
Bucky in that Winter Soldier was hard. Like he was like one of the hardest villains in the whole joint.
But
'cause
the
he was
Sentry
realistic.
/ the Void / Bob, that I thought they did a good job picking him.
Yeah.
As far as based upon how he's
I
made in
heard.
the comics.
Well, as far as on my like ultimate nerd deep dive joints,
It's pretty good. I thought they did pretty good with that guy. And I really like Black Widow's sister. She's good too. She has like a really, really good witty comedy when they
Nah,
get that
she's
Russian
actually a great
accent.
actress.
Yeah, when they had
She's
that Russian
actually really
accent, it's
good.
pretty dope, man. It's always funny.
No, she's a great actress.
And one of them was mad because she got killed mad early in the movie. She was tight. I didn't even know who it was. It was Taskmaster from the Black Widow movie. She got killed in like 14 seconds in that movie. Like it was crazy, man. You don't even
I
remember
ain't
who
even
that
watched
is.
the Black Widow movie. I ain't gonna lie. You saw the Black Widow movie, Zay?
Taskmaster
No,
was the
I ain't watched that joint.
I was never interested.
That one only came out on Max. You remember that was during that time frame when they
Pandemic
wasn't
time when
putting
they
it
was
out.
just dropping the
And that was when
mini-mutes.
Scarlett Johansson, she got mad and she was tight because she thought she was going to have her first big blockbuster movie in the movie theaters. And nah, we going to put that
Chris
out.
Nolan, that was
Yeah.
getting
We're gonna
pissed
throw
mad.
that out.
Chris Nolan went to a whole new studio
Yeah.
with it because he
Yeah.
didn't like the fact that they had like put it out doubly, like in the theater and on streaming. Yo, he
Yeah.
was mad. Yo, spent all that.
Yeah, it's like, why
Tenet
would-
was,
why
yo,
would-
Tenet was clearly
why would-
made for theaters.
But why
yo.
would I
All
go
these
to the
movies, but he was
theater? Why
hella
would I go
mad.
to the theater if it was on the streaming? You feel me? Like
Especially
That's what
at
he's
that time.
saying.
like,
Especially
yo,
at
ain't
that time.
nobody
There was
doing
no
that,
reason.
yo.
That's what he was saying.
Especially when people like, yo, I might I might die, yo.
We
if I
didn't know
go
what
up there,
really was
yeah.
going on at the
Somebody cough
time. It was
on me
still
now.
kinda
I'm down
early.
bad for 3 months.
I think at that point it was a little later in the year, but still, like
It was
I
towards the
understand,
summertime
yo.
at that point. Like
I
it was getting
understand.
warmer. We thought it was going.
Because remember, the heat was supposed to kill it.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I didn't want to say it.
And bro, yo, we real film heads, so we got to give a big shout out to Steven Spielberg because I saw on Twitter today is
50 years, right?
the 50th,
Oh, yeah. I was
50 years
I was
of
talking about
Jaws,
that.
bro.
Yes.
Steven Spielberg, yo, and I wanted to bring this up because I know Zay, you always bring up how groundbreaking that film was.
Amazing.
And I didn't realize it came out in 1975.
Yeah, I think we talked about it. You
That's
think it came out,
crazy.
like in the 90s or something.
I thought it was like 80
What?
something. I thought it was like
I
around
knew
the
it wasn't-
Rambo
I knew it
times.
wasn't
and
Getting
the
stuff.
confused with Jaws 3 and stuff.
I'm
like
not gonna
that.
lie, I thought it was around the Rambo times and stuff, like First Blood and all. I'm
It
thinking
was
it's like
so ahead of
84,
its time.
85. I didn't know it was 75.
Like the camera, the zoom in double joint with a face like that was. I think that was the first movie to ever do that joint. Like when he's on the beach and he find out, you know, it was so groundbreaking in so many ways. People were saying
and the first person underwater scenes.
Yeah.
Like
people was talking about how scared they were.
he was from the POV of the shark, bro, back then.
That could have been where my thalassophobia came from.
Yeah, yo, everybody did when the legs is like under the water and it's like dun dun.
It was between
Dun,
that
dun,
and
dun,
that random Pinocchio movie I saw.
They killed Buddy though. I thought the dude was gonna survive, yo.
Yeah, yo, he was tough
The
though.
old head. No, he was a gangster with it.
He was
yo.
tough,
He was a gangster
yo.
with it, yo.
My man had like the harpoon joint trying to stab the shark. Yo, I'm like, yo, a real savage, bro. The shark busting out, he wasn't even scared, yo.
Got to do that.
They
bro.
said the beaches. They said I think it wasn't good for business, yo, up in that area in the New England area, because they said it was like, yo, people were scared.
Yeah.
That's how serious that movie was, yo. People were
Nah,
scared
that movie.
to go to the beach.
You gotta
dog.
think
I
for
saw it.
75, that probably was like, yo, my mind is blown.
Yes.
Like you feel
Way
me?
ahead of
Because
the time.
like, what was like stuff that came out in 75 was not like that, yo. It was a couple really really good horror movies in the 70s. I ain't gonna lie, but like.
It normally come out in the theaters like every year, roughly, probably. I know my theater, they showed it the last couple years during Shark
You went to go see that recently then. You saw that maybe a year
I
ago,
saw it
right?
2 years. It would be 2 years this summer, but I'll probably go see it
I feel
again.
like you saw that around
I'ma
the
see
same
it
time Godzilla -1 came out, because I remember you calling me about that. I think that was around that time, yo.
I don't think it was. I'm not sure, but anyway, I'm
Yeah.
gonna see it again this summer. I said I don't gotta watch. I was like, it's not that. Especially they have it on as a discounted rate. I'm like, I'll probably see it every year at this point now.
But why
in
not,
the
yo?
theater, 'cause
Yeah,
it's so
and that's your
iconic and
joint,
hard.
yo. That's your joint.
Since y'all bringing up a movie that has like to dealing with the sea and everything, y'all remember when that submersive joint blew up down there in the ocean?
Yeah.
Oh, the submarine?
Ocean, yeah,
They talking about
yeah.
The
the
submersible.
Yeah.
It wasn't the
submersible?
submersible.
Yeah, shout out Trap John. He was on here with us when we was talking about that
Was
when it
it?
first happened.
There's a
Damn.
documentary out about that on Netflix. I think
It
y'all
is?
should watch it.
Oh,
no, I
I'm
saw the
tapping
preview. I didn't know it came out. I saw the preview.
Hilarious, dog. I didn't mean to laugh, but the
Did
guy
they really have a PlayStation controller that was
absolutely they were using. This guy didn't know what he was doing.
It's an Xbox one, wasn't it?
It's PlayStation.
Something like that.
It's definitely
Ridiculous,
PlayStation.
ridiculous,
joint.
yo, regardless.
I watched it. This guy Stockton Rush. I don't know if I can say this on YouTube, but he low key deserved it, bro. I don't know if
he
we
was that
supposed to
dumb?
say that, yo.
Yeah.
But yo,
He didn't do no schematics with it, yo. He
there's
just
a
was like,
point.
yo, let's just get it done.
There's a
yo.
point where they said every expert in the industry literally told him not to do this, yo. Like, you wildin'.
That's one of the things I saw.
Every time he was going down, you could hear something cracking on the
Yo,
submersible, yo. Like,
you know
how y'all doing this?
You know how creepy that had to been once they actually went along with that, and then they're starting to. You could like I can only.
You
I don't
hear
even
it.
Imagine.
And then
It's like glass cracking.
And then the pressure starts to like
That's what I'm
cause
saying, and
weird
they hearing
effects.
it, and they was-
I
He
think it gets hot and like it starts crushing and stuff. Like it's
Yeah, it was
weird,
bad. It was a
yo.
gruesome death.
It's
Whatever
some
happened to
weird,
him. They don't
crazy
show
stuff,
that. You
'cause
don't
it's a
see hear that or
pressurized
anything.
cabin
But
where it'll just start, and then the pressure and it gets hot.
So
man,
they
and all-
can,
it's
yo.
they
weird.
basically showed a whole process. My man started off, he was trying to be innovative, and he was trying to do it with carbon fiber wiring type joint around the hull of the ship. This had never been done before in the industry because it's not going to be able to be done. It's too much pressure for carbon
Why
fiber
do you
down
think
there.
that will work, yo?
It's breaking every time. They kept doing little samples. They would get it to about 3,000. Then that joint start. Ding, ding. You start hearing the little cracks in there, yo. That joint kept cracking.
Bro still went
It
out.
was a
and-
crack in the
on
hull
a
during
whim.
the last test ride. They still was going down there. That joint was literally waiting to implode. And he killed himself down there in the bottom of the ocean, yo. Like he high.
It had to be a horrible
The-
death.
Another point of the reason why I say he kind of low key. I don't want to say he deserved it, but he set himself up for this. This was a guaranteed
He
fact
didn't
that this
care.
was going to
Yeah,
happen.
he just gave. If
He
experts
wasn't-
told him no, he still said
He
yeah,
thought
yo,
he
that's
was
dumb.
smarter than he was. He just had money. He came from money. His dad, or like his family, his lineage literally came from one of the people that helped write the Declaration of Independence.
Oh,
He, one of
boy.
his great grandfathers was in the
Oh,
room.
boy.
That
Yeah,
picture
you know
that
he
you
had
see
that
when they
money.
all sitting there signing it, he was in the
Yeah,
stands.
yo.
His dad.
Yo had money
dad.
since the birth of the nation, yo.
Yes,
That's
fam.
hilarious.
His man was
yo.
able to do whatever he wanted to do, bro. They showed his
Bro
grades.
had money since laws
They
were
showed his grades from
established.
Princeton, bro. Wild average to disgusting grades. Yo, he had mad E's and F's and everything. He was stupid.
How do you have
He was an
E's and F's
idiot.
at Princeton?
He had
wouldn't put
money.
him out
They
'cause he had
paid
the
him.
bread.
They paid his way through. Yo, that's exactly how he did it. I don't know. Allegedly.
He was
I don't want to
definitely
say that out loud because his family
he was
might
definitely
sue me, but-
Bart off of How High, yo. The one.
Yes,
his
that's
dad
exactly
was
what
the
he was.
statue
Yo.
at the
His dad was the
campus.
statue. God,
That's hilarious,
man.
bro.
Yo, Stockton Rush, yo, he was an awful human being, yo. But there's
Nah,
some
that
good,
sound
there's
wild.
some
I'm
good ones on
definitely have to
Netflix.
watch
You gotta watch the Ohio State joint on Max. OD, I can't even describe that on here. YouTube
Ohio
might
State?
block us. We won't even get no bread off this episode if I describe that.
I don't know nothing about that. I'm good on that.
This guy Richard Strauss, Dr. Richard Strauss, and I hate that you got my namesake. You sick man. I'm happy you out of here though. That's what I will say. Just watch it. It
You been
was
to a
too
couple
much.
of the freak offs? Sound like
Yeah, he had his own. Within the university, he was getting it in. And
Oh no!
Jerry
What is
Sandusky
going on
asked
with
level
all these
show.
They getting all
weirdos, bro?
the freaky guys.
He was more than he
Outta
was
here.
what Jerry Sandusky looked up to. Son. On God, I think he was what he looked up to. Absolutely, he studied him.
I don't even want to see that. Then I'm good.
It's vicious.
Get
You
your
gotta
eye
watch
in.
it, yo, a little bit. Yo, I'm not gonna lie, because there's one scene. Yo, that referee. I'm not gonna say what I want to say, but that referee, yo, I don't know if anything actually happened to that referee. How can I put it? I don't want to say that because something did
I know
happen
what
to
you
him,
want to say.
but I don't know how much he didn't want that to happen. That's what I'm saying. Because it was too many steps that he allowed to happen as a man that that wasn't a college kid. The college kids, I'm giving them a little bit of a pass. Me personally, I wouldn't have allowed it, but I'm giving him a little bit of a pass because he knew who to. A lot of times they know who to target, so he was doing that. But that man was a referee during that time frame. You knew what you was doing in that locker room. Bro.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
That sounds wild.
It's OD.
That sounds wild, yo. I'm
Get all of these
get into,
freakies off the
watch it,
street.
yeah.
Get 'em
them
outta
off the
here,
street.
man.
Get him out of here.
Low
yo.
key, I wish it was a John Wick that could just illegally take those people out,
Oh,
so we
snap.
wouldn't have to worry about things. yo.
Put the ticket in on the
Bro.
super nasties.
Y'all just give him the gold coin and tell him take care of it. Yo.
He's super
yo,
nasty,
take
bro.
care of
We
that, yo,
need-
please, yo.
$5 million on his head.
Yo, you got called by Yaga, yo, so they can take him out, yo.
It has
get
raised
done. You
to
remember?
5.8.
You remember that? You remember?
Everybody just start
Yeah.
trying to go after
Yeah.
yo, got a chance.
Get
Get him outta here, man.
Baba Yaga got to get him with the one instrument he's not good at. Remember in 4, the one thing he wasn't good at was the nunchuck.
Oh,
he
yeah.
just kept hitting him with the same move on the head, yo. He was bow. I'm like, yo, that's the only thing Keanu Reeves can't
I
use.
respected him though. You should-
My man had the worst nunchuck skills.
I'm just waiting for the
in the
game,
hardest
bro.
action movie.
As soon as they come out with the game, bro, like hurry up,
Bro,
hurry up with the game.
They could do that, yo. They
Open
really could
world
do that, yo.
John Wick game.
Yes,
Yeah.
man. We keep bringing it up like every. I
need
feel
that.
like 6 episodes.
Make it violent too, bro. We need
Yeah,
that.